Yeah, I fucked up. um, that was not the plan. I wanted to buy a couple, but yeah, I pressed the button like, yeah, too many times. I just wanted to have some for some bandages. No, I'm not buying gold, bro. I can make gold. It's like making gold's pretty easy. I have sappers, can make sappers, 4 gold profit per craft. But that's the problem, you know, everyone does. That's the problem. I have to. No, I'm not smart. Smart would be to not, yeah, to probably actually buy gold. This is an interesting setup. Do I need something from here? Also, look at that, you know, 2 Never Vortex. I think next raid I'm going to have Dragon Strike. I think I get the next 4 ones, which is nice. Oh, why do I have a Sapphire in my bank? What? Yeah, it's going to be nice. But then I have to farm more gold for Mongoose, which is going to suck. Hmm. Both fully upgraded or what? He must be a GM. Yo, I'm good. Damn, that's crazy. Especially this early on. Yeah, sometimes you see some crazy things. I wanted to. I forgot what I wanted to do. Put this here. This in here. Yeah. Not upgraded. Okay. I mean, yeah, some people obviously like they run PvP and such, so that's probably the reason. I mean, the mace is like really OP, like for for PvP, but so expensive. Yo, guys, chill, okay, chill. Look at this, you know, here, Zeppers. It's like over. It's almost. No, okay, it's not 100 gold, but I made a mistake. Yeah, I bought too many Neverweave cloth and kind of cooked myself. But yeah, guys, that's what you're always going to see on this channel, you know? It was always the same in Classic. I was always poor, but I had all of the consumes ready, you know? So that's basically like every week I started from 0 again. That's also why I don't have any gold. And also missing Vengeance Rep. Oh man, I have to get so much stuff. It's insane. So expensive, everything. I want to I kind of want to empty my inventory though. I have a couple of things which I think I will send a couple of things over. Oh wait, before I do that, I want to check how expensive dark runes are. Yeah, but you know that's. I don't even pop a lot of sappers actually because a lot of the times I just forget about it, or my macros kind of scuffed. See, easy 40 gold, 44 gold. Okay, one thing they need to fix for Classic Plus is this. Like 1 hour to wait until your gold arrives is so stupid. Like make it 20 minutes or so. This is so stupid. Like 1 hour. You can't like making gold for the auctions is so annoying because you have to go online, you have to sell stuff, then 1 hour later you get your gold, and then you have to buy new stuff and sell stuff. So annoying. It's crazy. But yeah, dark runes are 5 gold. Oof. Man, I don't know if that's even worth to. Actually, I think. Yeah, I think this. Like, my plan was to farm some dark runes, you know, to do some runs. But I'm not even sure if that's worth. Actually, I can do. Can maybe try to get supreme power. Yeah. I mean, it's not classic at least, you know, so that's it's going to be black felt steel bracers. So I bought that recipe actually. I don't know who mentioned that, but someone mentioned that I can make some gold with that, so yeah, I'm going to try it. Because I have 7 primal nevers in my bank, basically. Which I don't use at all, so I can just spend that on that. So I think I will... No, I think I will still do just some darkroom farmers, I guess. But I think I will go for, or try to get the recipe as well. See how that goes. Okay. How many bandages do I have? 1 stack. Oh, thanks for the follow. Moin. Wait, no, this is something I can keep. That bombs. Let's keep the bombs. This is something I don't need. That. I think that's okay. Yeah. I mean, there's a vendor, so it's fine. Oh, can I afford flying? 47 silver? I hope so. Oh, man. Okay. But yeah, this is going to be funny. So my goal is kind of... I remember this actually dropped a lot. Like, the recipe. I don't know if people will buy it, so it's kind of the question. Because there's one on the auction house. And I'm not even sure if people will buy it. I remember I farmed Crusader enchant actually in TBC, in the last TBC. And I think I got 2. Yeah. Which was something where I could make some gold with. But I don't think I will farm it, like, today. Probably not. Let's see. What was it? Scolomans, right? Yeah. So what is the drop chance? 4%. Doesn't seem to be a lot, to be honest. I'm not sure. Lost the roll on badge DST. Bracers from SSC twice and 5 out of 6 never exists. Oh man, this is crazy unlucky. Wait, how did you lose a roll on badge? Do you do like you do AQ runs? And then you do rolls? Or okay. That's sounds kinda crazy. Or maybe it was early. I'm not sure. For me, it's actually kind of the opposite. I have not even seen like badge or DST. I think I've seen like badge 1 time in classic. Yeah, that's insane. 15 man get a kill. Okay. Man, that's crazy unlucky. I think we had the same thing happen in SSC. Not SSC, in Yeah, SSC Tempest Keep with one of our guildmates with Never Vortexes as well. Like, I think the first one was also like that. He was missing one. Which, yeah. Damn, man. I still don't have badge, man. It's so ass as well. I think I have to ask when we are going to run AQs again. So I really need badge. I have like 0 insane trinkets. Not DST, not badge. Everyone, I think everyone, like every warrior has at least one, I'm pretty sure. Like either DST or badge, or both. Oh wait, I think there's one other warrior which also doesn't have either. So yeah, that's kind of sucks, to be honest. I think we are probably, however, going to get, I think in the next phase, something where we can get DST maybe from a dungeon. Like what I'm guessing is they are going to do something which they did in Rev, where you could get raid drops in heroic dungeons from like the last phase. That's probably what's going to happen. And then every day it's DST day, Every day you do the heroic. Which one is it? Who knows? I bet it's like Alcatraz or some bullshit. Like some really, really annoying heroic dungeon. Like no one ever wants to do. It's probably going to be that one. Yeah, not strat. I mean, strat is not possible, I think, on a warrior. I mean, I haven't checked. That could have been interesting. I could have checked righteous orbs. It could have been maybe, maybe something. Should I do that? Actually? Wait, I will check. I will check how much righteous orbs are, so I can actually maybe do something different. Because I like running strat. Strat is kind of fun, actually. But it's probably not like worth at all. It's probably like 11 gold or something. Something stupid. If it's like 30 gold, I mean, then something different. Let's see. Oh, these loading times. That's the problem if you run so many add-ons. Yeah, same thing here as well, It's not great. They are like 5 gold. So I think it's not even worth it, but I will maybe try my luck to get, the frost enchant. I don't know, frost, what is it? Supreme power. There's a recipe. Let's see. Righteous. This almost costs the same as Dark Runes. This is crazy. Wow, then the Crusader must be really cheap, no? Actually, I think it's crazy cheap then. Oof. I think when I found Dark Runes, I will probably keep them because they are just way too cheap right now. Maybe I will sell them on raid day instead. Because this is kind of, like 5 gold. Not great. But yeah, mostly I want to do maybe like a full run. Maybe like 1 or 2 full runs. We'll see. And then I go over my paladin and just, do some leveling instead. So that's kind of the best, I think, the most efficient thing to do. Just do some leveling and then also get, just sell sappers every couple of hours or so. until I can buy the materials to craft Black Capacity Bracer. It's kind of the plan. It's crazy, there's so many people over here. Farming. Probably all bots. Okay, probably not. I think bots have better farms than this, to be honest. Sometimes you're lucky and people will actually put like repair bots here. Which is interesting. Let's do this. I didn't bring sharpening stone. Would have been nice as well. Get some additional stamina. I didn't enchant this. Let's just use this instead. I think this is fine. Okay. Let's try not to die, yeah. Oh wait, can enable this one. Oh, this was from last time, I guess. Okay. So my goal is actually to... I think I will do this like in a way different way. Because I want to kill like Raz Frost Whisper as well. Oh, nice. 4 gold. Oof, die. Oh, nice. That one. Immediately as well. Look at the gold per aura. 600 gold. Yeah, but that's not realistic, obviously. Let's go here. This way. Let's go this way. Pull that right. These guys are pretty dangerous, actually. So we do kind of the OG run here, which is not good. I would not recommend doing this, by the way. This is not smart. Because you can't lockout skip anymore. Some rage. Oh, I have poison on me. It's annoying. But there's something you can actually do is you can also blood rage, which is going to prolong the time like your rage will actually take off, which is pretty nice. But yeah, here I have a poison. I don't know if I can kill this guy, to be honest. Because with the poison, that's can be a bit dicey. But I have actually enough gear and have cooldowns. I should not need to use wreck. But yeah, let's see. Get like one. Oh, okay. That's enough. Come on, big guy. Yeah. Oh, I got a lot of damage already. Unfortunate. I should be fine. I remember this was way harder to do in the last TBC I did this. Like this guy killed me so many times as well. I don't know. Maybe they nerfed them? How much gold? 2 gold. Bad. Do you reckon Stratport Ferry Farm or... This really depends, you know, what you tend to prefer. For me personally, if this would be my, you know, decision to make, I would not farm Strat because I get like really bored of farming the same dungeon over and over, unless it's something where, I don't know, where you have some variance, I guess. However, if it's like really fun for you, then that's a different whole story. Questing in general is obviously, I think, more fun. I think you can get more gold out of questing as well. Like something people don't talk about is, for example, enchanting prices are really, really, really expensive right now. Yeah, it depends what you want to do, like what you like to do. I think if you fully optimize, you know, strat farming on a paladin, I think there's nothing which can probably make you more gold. Unless you, I don't know, sell stuff or whatever. Like you sell, I don't know, raid items or so. But yeah, like from the general farms, I think there's like nothing that can print more raw gold if you fully optimize it. But yeah, for me personally, I would do quests, and then afterwards you can still like decide if you want to do that or not. Like if you like afterwards, obviously you always have the option to do strat farms, but you only have, you know, one time where you can do the quest. Also, I'm kind of dead, and they have a dot on me. Not great. I have to eat here. After this 1 hour, it told me I'm getting... Oof, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, true, if you get epics, that's a whole different story. But the problem with epics is it's kind of sometimes difficult to sell them. It depends what you get, you know. If you get like, a Skullflame Shield, I think that's probably the best one that you can sell. Which one is also good to sell? I'm not even sure. I think that's the only one which you can get, which actually sells. Like, I think the other ones don't really sell. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. That one, yeah, true. I forgot about that one. Okay, another one. I mean, if you're good at doing strat pulls and such, you know, then I would just keep doing that, to be honest. It kind of depends. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. Especially if you do like a full run, you know? Like, if you don't do, if you also, you know, kill the bosses. I think that's actually really fun. I wish there were more farms where, you know, warriors are actually really good at killing, like these, obviously, like this kind of trash packs, they are really perfect for, because it's always 4 mobs or less, which is like perfect for warriors, and they are all casters. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's really fun to kill these like lower level bosses on a warrior, because you pop all your CDs, you sunder, then you just burn them down really fast. Dark runes are right now 5 gold. So this is actually, I think, not even worth to do. But the reason why I do it is I just want to do like a couple of full runs. Oh, I did the wrong way as well. Did you think you could farm gold on a warrior though? I mean, if you do this like all day, basically you can make gold here. I did this like all the day, all the time in 2021. But dark rune prices back then were like really insane. You could, I think, get like sometimes, I think, 11 gold or so for dark rune. But yeah, now it's like way different because, you know, lots of people are doing this farm. And dark runes are so abandoned. Like, it's really easy to get them. Yeah. Alliance Spine Shatter is sometimes really strange with some prices. I have no clue why. Yeah, that's exactly true. That's true. Yeah, raiding is like way easier as well. Yeah, for example, when Sunwell is coming out, and it is going to be maybe like pre-nerf, which I doubt. Then obviously like prices. I remember like they went insane with the prices in when Sunray came out. It was crazy. It was so expensive to raid. Ah, okay. Yeah, but I'm on Spine Shatter. I don't know why they are 5 gold. Like this is like really weird. But yeah, it's whatever. Actually, does anyone know how you can actually fight this boss? I never did this boss once. I kind of actually, yeah. I think you have to do something with the fire here or something or so. With that. And then you have to fight everyone. I actually don't know. I don't think I did this boss once. Ah, okay. Yeah. I would have guessed so. Damn. Here's also, you can also get like dark runes from these guys, I think. Oh, weird that I didn't do that quest. Like in the last TBC, I basically did, you know, all dungeon quests from vanilla, besides Strat. You know, Strat and Stratform I didn't do actually. But all of the lower level ones, you know, like I did every single quest in Sunken Temple, even the one where you summon like Hakar and stuff. Like back in the day, you know, people were always surprised. Yes, that was like really funny. Gambit. Okay. Ah, okay. But yeah, it's whatever. Like I don't think you will drop anything anyway. Like this boss has actually like one really good drop here. Ah, nice. Yeah, I would not level as Kebab though. I think Kebab is not really a great leveling spec. It's really good for raiding because you know you can get your gear really easily and you have so much utility. Should I bandage beforehand? Let's just eat. Fuck it. This is like really slow. Why not? I don't really mind. It's more chill and I can talk to you guys as well. This boss is really annoying to do on a warrior though. Because he has like a slow shield. Actually, wait, I can use this. So at least, you know, I have one like trinket from Classic, which is useful in TBC. Which is this one. Mark of the Champion. I wish I would had badge instead. But yeah, it is what it is. Does it sit? No, I resisted. So yeah, this guy's like really annoying because... Oh, so shield is gone. Ah, it's again there. Yeah, if I get into execute range. Ooh. Oh, I can't even thunder. Come on, die, please. Ah, fuck. Ah, Bone Chill Hammer though. Not bad. 5 gold. Man, he drops 2 blues as well. Not bad. Man, the recipe would have been big. Level 2. Ah, okay. Really? Did people really want that? Like they said... Oh, it's interesting that people really said, okay, come in. We need kebab. Yeah, for questing it's worse. I think if you have like basically 0 gear, the best questing spec is arms 100%. Like yeah, not even fury. Just because, you know, you can just get like any good two-hander and there are a lot of good two-handers and then you can just do like the quest instead. Because you know, mortal strike, weapon damage, blah blah. It's really nice. I think this guy doesn't drop anything decent, and like killing these mobs is insanely annoying. So I'm skipping that one. Is she undead? No, he's humanoid. Oh, this boss is yeah, something. This guy is a special kind of. I mean, this guy killed me so many times as well. I have it, Bro, I have it, of course. Look. Sawbone shirt, I have it on. I think, oh no, okay. I didn't get the other shirt in BRD, so. Which is unfortunate. I think I got this even twice. Yeah, I think I got this twice even. Okay. Please don't fuck me. Oh, he already does like a lot of damage. Maybe I was just really bad at the game. That he like almost killed me, always killed me. But I remember I was just really struggling on this guy. Okay, now he does actually a lot of damage. Yeah, okay, this is dangerous now. Ooh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. We have to pop a potion here. Oh, look! I almost died. Oof, he's like... Ah, no dark rune. He's insanely difficult. 5%. Yeah, this guy is like pretty much NG. Last time I did this, I had like, I think 60% HP or so left. Now he almost killed me. I think if I would have Death Wish up, it would have been really, really easy. But yeah, that's what it is. No, this is not good gold. Definitely not. Wait, why did I do these bosses here? Something is weird. These bosses should be supposed to actually drop dark runes. I don't know why they are not doing it. Like maybe it's a chance, but I remember in the last 2021 it was like always guaranteed that they drop dark runes. But now they don't for some reason, and I have no clue why. Oh, last time I died here, so I think I will just skip this, to be honest. Just go back and do like a normal run, I guess. It's not, this is not really nice. But yeah, I'm trying to just kill time, to be honest. So I can just sell some steppers. Yeah, I know. If you pull them, you are cooked. Last time I pulled them, I was cooked. They killed me. But you can actually skip them. If you know, go in between them, you can skip. But it's kind of hard to do, and you can fuck it up. Okay, like this. But yeah, let's kill like the last room and then do a reset. I'm not sure if I should go for the thing. Yeah, but I did this farm in the last TBC, and you know, and these always drop like guaranteed dark runes, and I'm not sure why they are not doing it. Like it's hard to explain because I know in classic, you know, the loot pool of these bosses at the end changes. Like it's not the same. I think at some point, I don't know if it's before or after, but like the last bosses drop guaranteed dark runes at some point. I don't know if it's like at the start and then it changes to not dropping guaranteed or before. But it was kind of like this. Yeah, maybe they nerfed it. That could be a reason. But actually, it doesn't really make sense to nerf it because you, like the reason why we did that, even why we did the full run is because of the full guaranteed dark runes, and also you could lockout skip, which you can't do anymore. You could just lock out in a certain spot, and then you would get teleported to the beginning of the dungeon again. Okay. I don't know why. So like, why did they nerf that? What? Make any sense? Especially, I think these mobs still have a pretty decent drop rate of dark runes. Just the last bosses don't, for some reason. Which is like way more difficult to do, and also more difficult to bot, actually. This is way easier to bot. But yeah, weird. Oh, it's not good. Oh, I have poison on me. I didn't even realize. Ah, unfortunate. But yeah, I think I will just level my paladin, to be honest. I think that's even more gold. And she's like 70. I can actually farm a lot of stuff. It's crazy that dark runes are so cheap. Probably like so many people are just farming them. But it's insane. Like this version is so different from the last TBC classic, you know? It's crazy different. Like the whole meta is different. Ah, I didn't have saving strike stuff. Ah, whatever. I will just have stone. This was kind of a waste, to be honest, to do, but yeah, whatever. I think I will just, you know, sell some stuff and I would. Yeah, they have to. It's this is not working. Like haste potions especially are just way too much. This was a problem which, you know, um that's kind of a funny story actually that you mentioned that, because in the last TBC, you know, I played on Firemore, and on Firemore they introduced something where you couldn't make new characters. Like that, actually that server was locked for a while, for a really long time. I think the reasoning was they wanted to, you know, do something against the bots. So that was kind of their idea. So they basically just locked the server. So you couldn't make new characters, stuff like that. What happened is obviously, you know, because they banned bots, even though, you know, we don't really see it much. But yeah, they banned bots, there were less and less bots. And like consumables went crazy expensive. And then everyone was like saying, yo, bring back the bots. This is like way too expensive. No one can actually buy something. It was pretty funny, to be honest. Here we have kind of a different problem. I don't know why why consumables are so expensive. You know, the rates are easy. People use just way less, and it's still expensive. So I have no clue why. It's just weird. I mean, it's still cheaper, I think, than the last TBC. I remember haste potions went up to like 15 gold or so, but it's pretty close. And we are not even like in Sunwell. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 5 gold. I think I will just, yeah, whatever, just sell it. Fuck it. I will regret this, to be honest. Like tomorrow, this will probably be like 7 gold, and yeah, it's whatever. Is this worth more on the auctions or not? Yeah, okay, it's worth more. 23 minutes, so stupid. Yeah, that was really funny though. You know, the community completely shifted. Yeah. You can only buy flasks with that though. You can't buy. I'm pretty sure you can't buy haste potions with that. Just flasks. And they will also be expensive at the start because I think you need them for crafting some consumables. Not consumables. Some gear. I think they are required. So, I got a lot of blue gear though. Green gear. It's nice. Yeah. I mean, I did like one run and I got like 30 gold, which is not bad, to be honest. So I think the raw gold you get in Skullman is actually not bad. Like if you really optimize it, you know, you do like 8-minute runs or so, you can actually get quite a decent amount of gold. But here we'll actually look over my paladin now, and I think I will just do some stuff. Just some leveling here. You know, he's 63 for the longest amount of time, so I need to get him up. He's also poor because I leveled enchanting a lot on this character. I think I have, yeah, 186 enchanting. I think so. What I will do here on this character is probably I will just, if I get stuff that I can enchant, I will just probably just leave it in my inventory. If it can give me large prismatic shards, obviously. If not, I will just vendor it. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I don't even know what I need. 186. Oh, I forgot. I forgot what the next step even is. Do I have? No. Oh, I have it. What? Yeah. That's something you can definitely do. I mean, greater planners are also pretty expensive. Just completed an hour of strat includes the epic BO from yeah, 400. Well, that's insane actually. Kind of jealous. But yeah, I think this paladin will be mainly red because you know it would be kind of sad if I wouldn't have level 70 red paladin, to be honest. Because last time I didn't do this, and I was always kind of trying to do it, but I was too lazy, which I'm also still am kind of. But yeah, it would be fun to at least try it out. I think this is the only version that exists. I think not even SOD has it, where you can actually play this specific spec, and it's viable. You know, in Classic, it's not viable to play red. But here it actually is, which is, yeah. I think that's also why TBC is kind of iconic. It has a lot of like really unique specs which don't exist in any other version of the game. Man, I can't even see where I am. I'm somewhere here, I think. Ah, here. I leveled Prot Pally as red and tried to hold him. Yeah. Actually, red paladin is pretty good while leveling, to be honest. Like, single target damage is pretty insane. I have some really shit gear, and I can still clap mobs pretty confidently. Also, I did a mistake here. I will, I think, fly back. Probably. Because I kind of want to get the buffs, and I didn't get them. So I will do this actually. They are pretty big. Kind of like wall buffs. Zangarmarsh is nice because you can get some really fun buffs here. There are some mobs also that can debuff you and give you like an insane buff. I forgot what it exactly was. I think it was I think it had something to do with like resource. I remember it was like really good on warriors, but I forgot what it was. Let me fly here. Ah, look at this rogue. Trying to do like a Gruul Slayer and trying to get DST. Yeah, I think it was wasps. I think you were right. But I forgot what the buff was. It was like something insane though. So I think if we get like a Classic Plus, which we are probably going to get, I kind of want this red spec in Classic Plus. I don't want to have the Wrath one, to be honest. I think the Wrath one just, yeah, it wouldn't really fit. You can get plus 30 skills appointments. Ah, okay. Yeah, maybe it was actually that one. Maybe it was... Yeah, okay. I don't know why I remember the Rage one. Ah, it's not great. Okay, nice. Yo, nice. Nice that you like it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I would have never thought, you know, people would really like yeah, it's my YouTube stuff. Because it's like, if I'm going to be honest, you know, it's not a lot of effort. Obviously, I do some research beforehand, but like making the videos is not really like really difficult. But people really like them. I don't know. What I've seen is actually, it's a lot of people just. I guess there's not a lot of content that is kind of like mine, which is kind of sad, to be honest. Yeah. This I don't know. Like one of the reasons why I made even these videos is because I remember from, you know, from like when Classic came out or Classic 2019, there were so many content creators making like really thought out guides. When TBC came out as well, you know, TBC Classic, same thing. But yeah. Okay. That's really divisive as well, you know. Some people really like the longer videos, and some people are like, "Yo, you could have explained this in 5 seconds," stuff like that. It's so funny, you know, every single time. And then you have people arguing with each other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have a lot of German viewers. I think first is actually US, which like most people watch my content from, which is really surprising. You know, I like the US audience as well. You know, obviously. And then obviously we also then after that we have Germans. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's why you all watch my channel. You have some German relevance. Ah, okay. Nice. Actually yes, but since this is my alt, I don't really care about reputation, you know. And the other thing is, if you do questing in a decent pace, not like me, obviously, it's actually kind of faster than dungeon grinding, and it's also way less boring. So the commotion where people said, "Yo, dungeon grinding is 100 billion times faster than questing," is kind of wrong, to be honest. Now it's a bit different because more people are questing, but for example, if you like for example when TBC, like this TBC version came out, obviously everyone was in dungeons. Every single zone was empty. If you quested, you would be way faster than everyone dungeon grinding, 100%. Yeah, that's true. It is just way more efficient with reputation. That's kind of it. I mean, kind of, you know, like, but since I use rested XP, I just use like the most efficient quest. I will still have like a lot of quest areas open to me, and I will still also do some dungeons. So I will not just only do like questing. Yeah. For example, that's also what I try to do. I also do that. You know, just you get some dungeon quests and you do like a dungeon, stuff like that. As the problem is for me, for example, I'm not really the guy that can do, you know, like the same thing for like a really long time. I mean, with streaming, it's a bit different, but I'm not the biggest kind of leveler, you know. Like classic leveling, I like warrior leveling, I enjoy. You know, that's like basically the only class, maybe with rogue, but also only really the early levels. After you get to level 30, 40-ish, then it becomes pretty boring. And then also like, you know, that's where it was kind of downhill. I have 2 chars at 70 with all quests available, but never good. Strip farm is so good. Man, I'm jealous of that 100%. Do you do daily quests for cash? Not really, to be honest. I think the problem is with like the new daily quests that open up. I think they're just really annoying to do, so I don't really bother. And the rewards are also, you know, not really great. So I also don't do. That's also why I don't do that. But yeah, obviously, there's like a lot of easy golds that you can get, which is nice. I will probably get perma slot here, I think. Yeah. I could bubble here, but I don't really want to. Okay, that's fine. By the way, the only real reps I need for my cow warrior is Shatar for head, Scribe for shoulder. You need no, you need not Shatar. You need Ceneran Expedition for the head enchant. And what else do you need? And yeah, and then Scryer Aldo. That's basically kind of the only two you really need. If you want to get some expertise as well, and one of the better previous rings, you can also get Lower City to Exalted. But that's not 100% necessary. Kind of depends if you want to do it or not. But that's basically it. The rest of the stuff you don't really need. Caverns of Time is nice to have on Exalted. Not Exalted, but I think you don't even need Exalted. Was it Honored or Revered where you got the teleporter in Shatref, where you could just teleport to Caverns of Time? I forgot which it. I think it was just Honored. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if it was in the next phase already, but there's an NPC in Shatref, which is not available right now. But if you have enough reputation with Caverns of Time, you can just teleport immediately to Tanaris, to Caverns of Time, which is really useful, obviously. But I forgot in which phase it was, and I think which reputation level you needed. I think it's next phase. Maybe you are right, yeah. Yeah, that's also... There are some kind of hidden need things about some reputations. There's also another thing, if you have a couple of reputations on Exalted, you have access to a vendor where you can spend Illidari marks for flasks. Illidari marks is another trash item you can get in the next phase as well, like from raids. I don't know if this... Wait, I can show that as well here, I think. Hydrail, trash? Here, this one. This will drop in... Oh, you can even get this... you can even turn this in for rep. I didn't even know. But yeah, you can turn this in for like flasks. But you need to have a lot of reputations at Exalted. I don't even have this opened up on my warrior. I have to farm Shatar rep, which I'm missing. And I also don't have Scryers Exalted, which is not great. Yo, loves the videos. Finished my Dragon Ball farming school in 2 days. Damn, really? Wow. Crazy what gets said, definitely. That's really good. Like, man, you're so strong now, Dragon Ball, definitely. It's such a difference. Okay, I have to do this. And let's swap that. And now we can actually do some damage. Oof. Immediate crit for 900. Oh, I didn't actually try this out yet. I got like some gear upgrades. Oh, resist, really. But yeah, while I'm questing, I'm not really twisting. I think it's just 2 mana expensive. Oh yeah, exactly, it was revered. Oh, come on. I could free them myself. I mean, I would have to use like a lower level Seal of Command. But the thing is, I have this talent here. This one, Sanctified Judgment. So I will get like some mana back. I think if you do the Seal Twisting leveling playstyle, you don't judge, I'm pretty sure. Or like you don't judge Seal of Command. But yeah, it's whatever, to be honest. I can try to twist this one. Oh, look at this. Oh, this was a big twist. Okay. Unlucky. Yeah, twisting is actually, not that complicated, to be honest. Obviously, if you are in a raid and you have so much haste, then it's a whole different story. But yeah, while you are leveling, like, you don't have any haste rocks. And no, I don't have mana. Unlucky. I can't even use Seal of Wisdom. This guy hits kind of hard, so... Just want to use... Ooh, okay. I don't have anything. Fuck. I don't have a potion. Oh, do I have to lay, really? Oh, okay. Immediate crit. Nice. Yeah. That's what happens if you don't do bandages. crazy that I died from that though. Man, I think he critted me like 50 times or so. Crazy. Well, so much easier than being a Warrior for representing caster. Yeah, kind of. I mean, you know, if it's an alt anyway, it doesn't really matter. Like you have, I think, you know, one necessary enchant. Actually, kind of two. To be, yeah, two, 100%. And then after that, it's more nice to have things or stuff which you need to get for Prebus, I guess. But you don't even need to do that, to be honest. Is a Prot Warrior strat farm still possible after the nerfs? I've tried it once, and I have a pretty good AoE warrior tank spec, to be honest. And it was just not really possible. I think if you do slower pulls, you know, you don't do like big pulls, like bigger pulls, probably. But at that point, you can also just go Fury and do it, to be honest. Then you have like even less of a problem. But yeah, my problem was I got like 0 damage. You know, the mobs didn't damage me at all. But like I didn't kill anything, you know, it was just way too slow. So even with grenades, even with I don't have Thunder Fury, but I have something similar, like Temu Thunder Fury, which is actually a really rare recipe, and I think no one ever has that as well. But I even had that, you know, it just still didn't work. So that was kind of unlucky. Oh, come on, this is a bit safe. Not die here. Okay. Do I have food? Yeah. Hey man, I got a question. I'm new to WoW and MMO in general. I want to do raids. I'm willing to learn, but what's the easiest aspect for me to actually contribute? Ooh. Yeah, kinda hard to say, to be honest. Yeah, Boomkin is definitely one, I would say. Shadow Priest would be another, or you can like I think the best one is like it's not really easy to play though. Would be Enhancement Shaman, but that's the most sought after, I think. But yeah, it's more of a difficulty because if you don't play it right, people will be mad in your group. You know, if you don't twist correctly. So maybe not for someone who's starting out. Oh, these assassins are bad. Yeah, but the difference is of if someone, you know, who's like good on an enhancement shaman and someone who isn't is like really big. Yeah, we kind of had that problem in the old guild, you know. We had 2 enhancement shamans, and one of them was like really good. Obviously, I was always in his group, and and in the other group, we had the other enhancement shamans, which was not that great because sometimes he just didn't use Wind Fury, and that's obviously not great. So to get back to that question, I think the most sought after is, however, enhancement shaman. However, not the easiest though. So I think Boomkin or Shadow Priest would be probably more often preferable answer. These specs give the most amount of utility to the raid. You could also say like Resto Shamans. I think Shamans in general. So if you like that playstyle. Let me first of all go over the chat. Enhance go swords. Yeah, definitely. Hanker, do you have a YouTube video where I can see which you go to use for your spells and seas and so on? This one is not one like I don't have one for Red Parlor, for example, like a video, but there's a video for, you know, my Warrior UI which I used. There's also, you know, on my Discord you can also find a couple of links. Like I made there's like a section which is just every single UI stuff I use basically. So that's like a thing I can also link. I mean, Shadow Priest, if your rotation is better, Shadow Priest and the Arcane Mages will hate you. Okay, then forget Shadow Priests. Also, so raids take hours sometimes. I don't want to burn out. Yeah, that's something that can happen. Yeah, I have Discord. Oh, I have to find the link, man. You can go to my profile on YouTube, like on if you go on my channel, because I don't have the link on hand right now. I made like a permanent link, and it should be there, I think. Like you just, oh wait, I think I can just find it pretty easily actually. Wait, give me a second. I don't know why I didn't pin this in Discord as well. Would have been easy, but yeah. It's this one. Yeah, but yeah, about the rate thing, yeah, rates are going to take like some time to do. It kind of depends on the group, you know. Some people do the rates really quickly, some people don't. The current phase we are in, we have 2 bigger rates now, and I think for SSC, like you have basically a good group if you cleared like in 1 hour or a bit more. Kind of depends what you're doing. But everything, oh, I don't have my thingy up. But yeah, some groups or some packs will take way longer to clear it. And then you have Tempest Keep, which is more for smaller rate. That one will take less time to clear. But yeah, if you have many wipes and stuff like that, it will just take obviously longer. So that's just a general thing in MMOs. So it really depends on your group. But yeah, time can fly by really fast, which is kind of the thing about MMOs. Damn, the crits are going insane. Holy. Man, look at this gear, you know, full greens, nothing. I have like, the gear's not really great, and it's insane how much damage you can do. Oh wow, this is actually kind of expensive now. I move further. I need to make sure that I don't pull these assassins. I think the damage is way higher because I have way more strength now, like way more attack power. I'm kind of more squishy. Just kind of unfortunate as well. Do I have anything here? I think I had, yeah, I have stamina food here. Oh no, really? Unlucky. Have anything else? Oh, here, it's another one. Nice. I think, to be honest, like Red Paladin, leveling in the Classic, you know, is worse than Warrior. Like, whenever I tried to level it, it was just way worse experience than leveling Warrior, to be honest. Early levels were kind of fun, because I had like a actually AoE prot parlor spec, which worked pretty well, you know. I could actually even solo Hogger on a Pella. But yeah, after that, you know, it gets kind of bad, you know, 20 to 30s. Not really great. But I think here it's like way better play. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm so familiar with Warrior leveling. But I think just mana, like having mana is so annoying. Can I not purge this? Oh wait, I can. Or cleanse actually, not purge. In TBC, I level 2 warriors at the same time, one on follow. Yeah, okay, this is so crazy. This is crazy stuff. Yeah, Bunken is actually a great choice. Good at 62. Bro, what? But you made it far, though. You probably boosted 2 warriors as well. I think you probably started at 58, right? I guess. But yeah, leveling warrior in TBC fresh. Now 1, okay. It's yeah, pretty difficult, I would say, actually. You know, if you boost your warrior and then you try to level it, for example by doing quest or so, and you have like boosted gear, oof, that's like TBC is no joke for warrior leveling if you don't have good gear, to be honest. Like I remember I died so many times trying to solo one mob. I don't know what this even is, you know, if this thing that pops up here. I just need to be careful that I don't pull these assassins. Man. And these crits are so satisfying though. You just delete mobs if you get crits. Let's remove this. Got an assassin. Oof. Man's damage is so crazy. Need to be careful that maybe they can actually backstab me. Yeah, I think I will just chill in Seal of Command. And use Crusader Strike. I don't know, I boosted a warrior and got him level of 90. Okay. Did you have some gold or something? Or like gear that you could buy? Even with boosted gear at the start, who request got some. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the thing is you can get like some really insane gear early on. Maybe I think my issue probably back then was that I had also kind of a terrible spec, to be honest, and had also like zero clue about the game. I think that was probably mostly my problem. But the thing is, like, for example, I think I leveled as Fury, and leveling as Fury is without gears, yeah. That's not the smartest decision to make. Yeah, 200 Fury, okay. Yeah, you had basically the pretty good spec. Oh yeah, that's also a great choice as well. Kebab Warriors are pretty easy to play, and also really valuable. Oh, this is fucking debuff. I know I can't purge it. I've got Dragon Strike now, so I'm not going Kebab. Way too much gold spend on BS. Yeah, definitely. I mean, having it, I have it as an off spec, so you know, whenever we need like an arms warrior, I use it. Because before I had protection as an off spec, but to be honest, I didn't even use that anymore. I think having protection as an off spec only makes sense if you know, use it to make gold or something. Maybe you sell like heroic tanking service or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's like a really, like a lot of gold you could make with that, but it is also really annoying. So you have to have the mindset for that, I think, to do that. Yeah, my offspring. Okay, all that. That's also good. I was thinking about doing the same, but yeah, I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to respec so many times. It's like really expensive. And kebab is just better for raids overall, I think. Like I have Spite Blade, you know, and having that is like really good for kebab, obviously. Like having like the good slow sword that you can use in your main hand is pretty nice. Yeah, I have the same. I switch out my arm strike when my rate is shorter some tags. Yeah, okay, that also makes sense, definitely. I just like PvP too much, not much to gain from those. I mean, if you like PvP, that's actually like really good. If you, I think you can actually get like some pretty good rewards. Yeah, you just watch the next season. You know, the next season has amazing rewards. Like, the rewards were already really good, you know, but once season 3 comes around, hope this guy won't kill me. Okay. Oof. Then it's crazy. Like one-handed swords. This one, you know, 21 crit, 34 AP, 50 armor pen. This weapon is actually something you can use instead of Dragon Strike. You know, if you didn't get Dragon Strike before, you can farm a lot of arena and get this instead in your main hand. You can use 2, obviously, that's an option. Or what you can also do is you can use this in your offhand. I think in the next season I will probably grind a lot of arena. Yeah, like armor penetration goes so hard, you know. And the thing is, like armor penetration becomes better and better the more you have it. And I think on weapons it's really rare in the next phase. I don't think there are any other weapons that have it. I'm pretty sure. Like 50 armor pen at the start is not much, you know, because you have like 0 with all of the other gear. But the more you are going to get from the raids and such, because like a lot of the pieces will have armor penetration, it's just going to get stronger. Basically, how armor works in the game is, so how it functions is obviously it reduces, you know, physical damage taken. But for Varus, for example, that is a pretty important part. Since all of our damage is physical, that also means basically how much rage we are going to gain as well. So that is also another thing which is really important in that regard. You know, if you have less armor on a target, we will do more damage, which will mean we have more rage. That means we can spend more. How armor basically works is the closer you are to 0 is the more of a damage gain you are going to get here. So it's really, really insane if you can actually get to that point, which we can't. I'm pretty sure there are different armor values on bosses, obviously. But yeah, reducing more and more armor is going to be more and more efficient. So it's really important that you have that, obviously. And obviously then if you get more armor pen, you know, then it's just going to get stronger and stronger. Because you're ignoring more and more armor, you're going to do more and more damage, which means more and more rage, which means again more and more damage. So yeah, Badge of the Swarm God, obviously for people who have it, you know, not like me, who tried to host raids basically every single week in the pre-patch, and it didn't drop once. Ah, yeah. I mean, I love Cursed Vision of Sagaras, though. It looks sick. So it's not really that kind of. Oh man, 3 targets. That kind of sucks. Oh, okay. Kill this guy first. Yeah, I could maybe make a video about that, to be honest. It was kind of like that, or it was actually the opposite, where reducing the armor at the start is more efficient, like than having 0 armor reduction. It was more closely related to vanilla because you could get armor close to 0 in TBC. Even with full armor penetration gear, there are two types of bosses. We have the high armor bosses, for example, like Illidan. For example, when you fight Illidan, you will notice it. You know, you will actually not do a lot of damage to him because he has like a lot of armor. I think he has like the high armor value is like 7,600 something, and the lower ones I think 6,100 something. And the bosses which have 6,100 armor is where you can actually get to 0 armor pen. Or was it 7.2k? I think it was 6.1, wasn't it? Or was that classic? Or was it 6.8? I don't remember exactly, but there's like also a graph on the Fight Club Discord showing all of the armor values. Yeah, there's only one boss I think that has 8.8k, which is Void Reaver, I'm pretty sure. What is this? Why is he invisible? Can I get him out of stealth? This? No? Ah. I guess he just turns invisible. Okay, this was easier than to kill like 2 of these mobs, to be honest. It's interesting. I still have to kill these mod dwellers. Man, you get like a lot of damage here. Was it 6.8k? But maybe I can find this. There's like a mob here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. See? That's what I meant. 6,100. I was right. I remember exactly. But yeah, the 6,100 bosses are the ones where we can get basically to 0 armor if you have all of the armor penetration gear with an executioner weapon enchant proc. So that will mean phase 4. That's why Badge of the Swarm Guard is relevant until phase 4, where you can get, you know, that executioner enchant. Up until that, it's irrelevant. What do you think? Can I did normal logs of 1.6 guys? I think so, if you have all of the enchants. Definitely. I mean, you can still... I'm pretty sure you can still get, like, purple passes with that. I mean, it depends on the kill times, you know? If you have, like, really, really high kill times on the bosses, then no, probably. Then it's going to be a bit more difficult, definitely. Gear is pretty important in TBC, actually. It's not like in vanilla, for example. But still. Is there also, like, some other factors? Bro, you don't know how much I try-harded to get badge. It's crazy, you know? Like, that was also one of the reasons, you know, like one... actually, just for badge, yeah, like so that was also like one of the reasons why there was some drama even in my old guild. But yeah, there's so much about that item which went wrong. I did good pauses for Dragon Ball Vindicators played with Kings. Oh man, seriously. What is the point of this, bro? Can I hear? Not. I think you will interrupt me. Nope. I mean, I'm on a PvP server, I can't really complain. Can you kill me? Kind of. Yeah, you can kill me. Fell Iron Bob is crazy, bro. Fell Iron Bob is crazy. These Germans as well. It's always Germans, always. This was so cheap, though. I did good powers. Oh, I mean, it's good. Not really, but it depends what you mean with good powers, you know. I think you could still probably manage like a purple pass. Dragon Strike and Vindicator's Strength are not even that terrible of weapons. 15 weeks, no DST, who cares about Badge? Bro, I think to be honest, Badge is a better trinket. To be honest, like it depends on the boss fight, you know. If you have like a really short boss fight, Badge is the best trinket in the game right now. Waiting for a 10 which is never dropping, so doing 10 losses to get S1 weapons. Badge. Yeah, okay. That's also unfortunate. I mean, if you have Spiteblade, you can just chill, you know? Unless you don't want to desync your weapons. That's a different story. Oh, I might have to walk so much. What the fuck is this? Also, one more mob, then would have been done. Ah, it is what it is. That's the thing you get when you play on a PvP server. Yeah, no, my guild has got awful at kill times on constant top TBS and take ages. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So DST badge. Yeah, true. It's crazy that that trinket has a 20-second cooldown. 20 seconds. And then you look at Hourglass, and that has just a 50-second cooldown, which is insane. Like, you can proc it, like, 2 times, and that at most, and that's kind of it. on boss fights. Which is, like, really insane, to be honest. I think I will try to go to another layer, to be honest. Like, these guys will probably camp me. Does this work when I'm dead? The thing is, in previous versions, this didn't work when you were dead. But now it does, which is weird. Because, yeah, I don't know when they changed this. Yeah, see? I can layer when I'm dead. This should actually not work, but it does for some reason. Or it used to not work. It's good that it works, because this would be so awful to do otherwise. Okay. Oh no, I put the other one as well. Try to kill this really fast. Obviously I get crits. Come on, what is this damage, man? Okay, let's run. Yeah, 500 HP. If he crits me like one time, I'm kind of cooked. Okay. Actually, I can use this. I haven't even seen Spikeblade dropped. On the other hand, we have 4 DST drops. 3 dropped 3 weeks in a row, so I have 5 total in our rate. At the moment, we have like these. Man, that's insane. I think in the guild I'm currently in, there are a couple of DSTs, like people who have DSTs. But I don't think there are a lot. Like, someone posted the list, like from the people who needed DSTs, and it was like over 10 people, I think. I'm still going to roll on the lightning trinket, even though it's not this. I never get these. I mean, Tsunami Talisman is pretty good, especially if you don't have DST, or if your fights are really long as well. So it's really good for that. It still has a pretty longish cooldown, which kind of sucks about the trinket. But yeah, you know, the stats are pretty nice, so... let's use this. Oh, they're in rage. Oh, this could be bad. At least there are no invisible mobs here, which is great. Makes sense, yeah. I think for ferrets that item is really good. I have no clue about enhance, so probably because I think DST is also better for enhance. But yeah, we will probably have like an easier time getting DST in the next phase. I think they will do something in that regard, because they already said they are going to update heroics, and that kind of means, okay, we are probably going to get like something, which they did in Rev, you know, where you could get the raid items in the dungeons instead. So we are probably going to see the same thing. But yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe they mean something different, but I don't think so. Oh, what is this heal? What? Oh, I need to save my interrupt for that. Okay, what are these dodges? Almost died to like a single mob. Nice. Yeah, it's probably we should, but yeah. MS off-spec rolling. Very casual guild. I reckon they will add these to vendor. Yeah, maybe something like that, or I think maybe we will see it drop in the dungeons instead. Like what they used to do is in the last draft, they just updated heroic dungeons, made them more difficult. I think it was Titan Rune Alpha, and then later they added Gamma, something like that. And then you could just get raid items in that place, and also like different badges, which you could exchange for also raid items. I mean, TBC will only be 10 months anyway, so who cares? Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think it's smart to give people access to DST, probably because they have such an increased cadence. I think the big issue they made is by having phase 1 last for a really long time for no reason. Like I think phase 2 should have been released way earlier. I don't know why they, in the last TBC Classic, that was one of the big criticisms. Because people were really, really angry about phase 1 being really long. And this time, I think it was 1 week shorter, which is crazy to think about, to be honest. Like it was 1 week shorter than the 2021 version of phase 1. And back then, obviously, phase 1 was pre-nerf. So people had like more time, they progressed Nike Bane, stuff like that, But we got post-nerf right from the get-go and always said that is not a good idea. Because this will basically mean, everyone at the start, okay, people will play it more, but it will not last as long, which is not great. And that's kind of what happened. So, yeah. I mean, I put all divas on play to show that are relevant for me. Do I miss some important? Oh, wait, I can... Curse of Rex, Thunder Armor, Expose Armor, Verify, Demo Shot, Thunderclap. Is there anything else? Let's see. I mean, you could say maybe Insect Swarm, but I don't really know if that is really great. Hunter's Marks, yeah, not really something you need to put on there. I don't think so. Unless you want to put some specific things, like I don't know if you use it, but sometimes I've seen people still use like the armor penetration eggs from Classic. But I don't think that would be something that you could put on there. Yeah, I think that's like these are all of the important ones basically. Unless you want to put like caster stuff also on there, but yeah. I wonder which face will get shafted now. It's 100% Sunwell, I think. It's Sunwell on this face. Because last time they did the same, like Sunwell was like really short. For example, just some story. So Sunwell came out, I was in a guild. My guild was more casual. So obviously, we wanted to do Sunwell. We did some prep. I was not in the first Sunwell raid team, however, which, I was kind of angry about as well. But the funny thing is, they could only clear Calicos, and that Feral Druid that they had, then after that also got the token and then left the raid as well. So for a couple of weeks, the only thing we could clear was Calicos, which was bad. And then the guild disbanded basically because of that. And then I had to find another guild pretty quickly. So I did that, and then with that other guild I managed to full clear Sunwell, and I could only do 2 clears. And after that they introduced the Wrath pre-patch. I don't remember how long it was, but Sunwell was really, really short. Which I was pretty pissed about, to be honest. Like, Sunwell should have been way longer. But yeah, I don't know. Blizzard decided, okay, let's just add pre-patch Wrath. Everyone likes Wrath. Let's do that. And yeah. That was like really, really annoying. I don't really remember exactly how long it was, but it was insanely short. It felt like, oh, what? Is this? Oh, well, and this time it's going to come out. We're going to get the pre-patch. What? It was insane. I don't know how long it exactly was. Let me see. Uh, yeah, people did a lot of Sunwell in the pre-patch. No, there's actually some point on it because a lot of the gear you can use while you are leveling your characters in Rev. So for example, if you get like a lot of good gear, you could basically solo level your character in dungeons. I remember one of the good leveling strats was actually to do Botanica solo, if you could manage to do it. I think that was possible on Warriors and also Prot Paladins as well as Death Knights. As like solo leveling strat. But you needed to have good gear for that. If you didn't, it was, yeah, not possible, basically. Oh, wait, can I? Oh, can't help this. Unlucky. But yeah, Protection Warriors are really fun in Rev. They have some really fun stuff, but they are really useless in raids. So, yeah, they are. I think they are the best dungeon tank. But after that, it's yeah, they have nothing else, basically. Oh, I don't have interrupt. Oh, fair enough. I can't wait for you. Oh, yo, don't remind me, please. Please don't remind me. I said this so many times, but you know, it was crazy bad. You had like you got like a 99 parts on stuff like Patchwork or so, and you were still not even the top 5 DPS with 25 people in the raid. It was terrible. Like whoever, yeah, I don't know. If we get Rev Classic, which we probably will, they need to do some major changes completely. Like either give us 3.0 Rev, you know, if the busted as fuck Death Knight, that could be nerfed, obviously. But yeah, the rest doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's ass. Completely ass. Like it is basically, so here, you know, in TBC, you play 2 one-handers, okay? You get haste potions, you get bloodlust. So this, what I always call it, it's an ADHD class, you know, because you can always press something. So you never get bored. In Rev, it feels like, you know, you port the TBC warrior to Rev, and it feels like you move in quicksand. Basically, it's like, it feels like it's 25% slower. All of your damage in phase 1 and phase 2 basically will come from you bleed, you know? Not your bloodthirst or so, you know, not that, not your whirlwind. No, it will come from a bleed. Because everything has too much armor. So that's that. Other than that, you use 2 two-handers, which means you just attack way slower, you know, compared to Fury in TBC. And you don't have sweeping strikes, so your AoE damage is also not as fun anymore. So yeah, it's basically just the worse version. Like people can always argue, oh, what about Shadowmourne? Shadowmourne is so cool, isn't it? Yeah, but that is in the last phase of the game, you know? Like everything before that is ass. So that's what I'm saying, you know, if they don't do any changes, it's yeah, me personally, I think Rev is a bit overrated. Like, also, Ulduar is like really overrated. I could talk about this all day, but I think Warriors are just so terrible. If you want to play Fury, kind of a Fury playstyle in TBC, play Combat Rogue. Combat Rogue is cool. I really love Combat Rogue and Rev. Yeah, I mean, if they are going to... Yeah, it depends what they're going to do. I mean, DK... I don't know, really. Like, Warriors are the strongest class. Basically, the kind of the highest DPS healer if they get Shadowmourne. So, Obviously, they have kind of priority on that, I would say. But yeah, still, it is a hard sell. The biggest problem why warriors are really bad is, you know, in like basically they cannot copy the private server style. So on private servers, originally what they did is they took the last patch of an expansion, you know, for example, for Wrath of the Lich King, they took 3.3.5, which is 3.5a to be exact. That is the last patch of Wrath of the Lich King. And they took that. And in that patch, there were a lot of nerfs. Not on that patch exactly. I think it was 3.3.0 where they did a lot of the nerfs. I'm not really entirely sure where they did it. But basically, in the last kind of patches, they did a lot of nerfs to the classes because the tier sets in the last tier were really broken. You know, on Red Paladins, for example, you had like a tier set. Like, for example, Red Paladins get an ability, which is Divine Storm, which is like Whirlwind, but for Paladins. And you could reset the cooldown of that ability if you got the tier set. And that was insanely strong. So they nerfed Red Paladins. They also did a lot of warrior nerfs, because obviously warriors were also really strong in the last tier, you know, Shadow Maw and stuff like that. So they basically nerfed a lot of their damage, I think. But Blizzard, with their really smart copying private server style, basically decided, okay, let's do the same here. And let's take the last patch where everyone is nerfed, or not everyone, but a lot of the classes, and have that. So you are playing a warrior, which is expected, you know, to have gear from ICC in phase 1 and X Rammers, with really shitty gear. So that is the thing. That is also where Red Paladins were really, really terrible, you know? Yeah, I mean, for TBC people, like, but yeah, people were 100% wrong for warriors for TBC. It really depends on the patches, you know? Like, the last patch in TBC didn't really change much for warriors, you know? Actually, I think they got even buffed. Because in the original TBC release, I think the rage nerfs were harsher. Like, they were more extreme. But not so much in the... I think in the last patch they reverted it. So that's kind of the problem we have. Wait, is this helmet better? But yeah, in TBC, I know, like, you're basically right. You know, people always said, okay, warriors are really terrible, they're really ass. And then in phase 1, they're basically kind of the best melee DPS by far. Yeah, but they're wrong about that. Like, warriors is right from the get-go. You get your Prebis, you know, get a couple of pieces. They're really, really strong right from the get-go. It is not as insane as it was in Vanilla, but still really, really strong. Definitely one of the best DPS. In Rev, however, it's different. So in Rev, the biggest problem is just armor, you know. That is really, really griefing warriors a lot. I mean, in TBC they buffed armor by a lot, but it was not that extreme. But here it's like way different. But in Rev it's like way different. It's okay, I've got my... Yeah, I think Affliction is pretty fun. I'm not exactly sure, but that one was, I think, one that was really fun to play. But yeah, I think if Rev comes out and we get like 0 changes, because the last time it was really funny, in Rev Classic, they did a lot of changes, you know, because this doesn't work. Like, you can't have Red Paladins with the last patch of balance in the first couple of phases, because they are just really, really terrible if you do that. And yeah, they, for example, buffed Red Paladins a lot. And for warriors, it was always the excuse, because they didn't want to buff them, basically saying, yeah, warriors scale really well, so later you are going to be good. And then phase 2 comes out, and you are still basically kind of the worst melee DPS. But others got some buffs, you know, Feral Druids and stuff like that. Still same excuse. Phase 3 rolls around. Still same excuse, but Warriors start to get a bit better. And then you have, ICC come out. And you get your Shadowmon, everything. And then you basically see, Feral Druids are like really close to your damage and do more damage than you. Basically, if you don't have Shadowmon. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Rev. I think if they are going to do another Rev, they need, like, again, lots of changes. Which, yeah, I think Rev is pretty flawed in that regard. Like TBC, for example, I said this also many, many times. Is you don't need a lot of changes for TBC. Like, you need dual spec, you need account-wide attunement, and that's kind of it, to be honest. Like, you don't even need anything more. Like, and also the Paladin change, where you get seal, like the Horde seal on Alliance, and vice versa. But that's it. You don't really need anything more. Everything else works, basically, in TBC, I would say. In Rev, it doesn't, which is funny, People talk so highly about Rev, but if you would have the base version of Rev, it wouldn't work. Like, you do, for example, Ulduar, really, really hard raid, and then afterwards you get TOC, really easy raid, and you replace every single gear piece, which is insane, because the gear is just way better. But yeah, that's kind of the problem, I think, with the game. They changed that in Rev Classic. I think they will change it again as well, where you will have a higher item level in Ulduar. And you will probably get post-nerf Ulduar as well. I don't think we will get pre-nerf Ulduar. Can I do this quest even? The NPC's back there. But yeah, Classic Plus, I'm kind of skeptical, to be honest. Not sure. Like, I think for Classic Plus, I want them to stay away from, like, more modern stuff. Kind of depends. Some modern stuff is good. Yeah, I think so. Like, else it wouldn't make sense, to be honest. Unless they are, like, really, really glazing Rev for some reason, which I wouldn't understand at all. This looks full. What? What's this? Mine have so many quests. I still have this one. Human Res plus. Oh wait, this was wrong to do. Fuck. Yeah. I think I made a mistake here, actually. Some of my guildies think they will announce Classic Plus release it after. Yeah. I think it's going to be. I think they're probably going to announce something on BlizzCon. But I think it will be a really long time until we will get Classic Plus. It's probably just, an announcement, and that's kind of it. Oh, I don't have the buffs anymore as well. These people killed me. I think you can herb these as well, no? Can you not? Oh, I'm friendly. I think that's kind of their idea. They will, yeah. I think Rev talking, we are probably going to get that. I'm not sure though. Like, TBC is already kind of annoying for GDKP though. For Rev, I don't know. Like, that would be. I think Rev like really fits that kind of GDKP raid style, because you have like so much item level upgrades. Kind of hard to say if how it would look like without that. Yeah. Like, I would like to have GDKP so I can do, you know, Karazhan GDKP, just chill, join as like a carry or so, and then get some gold again. I think many people have such a negative opinion, and I don't know why Blizzard is like listening really hard on that kind of Reddit crowd, where they have basically either they don't play the game or they have like no clue what they're talking about. Because the thing is, there were a lot of people who played, you know, did GDKPs with pretty reasonable, I think, cuts and as well, you know, and like reasonable low, what is it, pots? Yeah. And people afforded their consumes just by joining these GDKPs. Because it's like a really great system to encourage people to do these older raids, which just doesn't exist, you know. You see this as well right now. Like, people obviously do Karazhan 100%, but this will become more of an issue, you know, in the next phase and stuff like that. Like, who wants to do like Karazhan in phase 4 or so in the game? It is kind of a double-edged sword. So the problem with GDKPs is mostly that it is kinda that great of a system, kind of in this case. It also has problems, obviously, but it is like really overshadowing the normal SR system and MS off-spec system. Because the reason is, you know, let's say you are someone who has like a lot of good gear already, you know? Maybe you only need like one piece. You will see this complaint so many times about SRs, you know? You join an SR run, you only need one item, your item doesn't drop, you basically did the whole run for nothing. Same story, if your item drops, you lose the roll, problem, obviously. But compared to that, if you join in GDKP as someone in the same kind of regard, your item doesn't drop, you still get the gold at the end of the day. Because that's kind of how it works. Yeah, I mean, the current system is just also like really terrible, you know? Like, pucks, first of all, have a pretty low quality, I would say. And then you have just pucks that obviously HR so much stuff, which is also annoying. Especially, you know, if you are someone who's just not in a guild right now, you are kind of cooked, I would say. The puck experience is not great. So yeah, basically, in a GDKP, you basically just bid for items, you know, like an item drops, it's an auction, everyone bids gold, and then that gold gets added to a pot, and that pot then gets divided by all of the raid members, and everyone gets like a share at the end. There are a couple of different rules, you know, people like, for example, the one that is hosting the GDKP will sometimes take a percentage cut of that pot. It kind of depends, maybe it's 5%, 10%, 15%. And then you also have rules like, for example, you have like buyers, you know, people who just show up with green gear and such, and you carry them, and they also don't get the cut oftentimes. Yeah, you have like a couple of rules which people will do in these GKP runs. But yeah, I think it was like a really great system for example, for people to have already really good gear, you know, to still show up to these older raids. Because for example, for me, in like phase 3, phase 4, I had almost all of the gear I needed, besides glaives, and also I need like one pair of bracers from, I think, the first boss in Hyjal. And that's the problem. What people argue for is that you can like really, you know, that it encourages gold buying. That's the main argument. Where I would say, yes, it kind of does that, but we have way more gold buying without GDKPs out already, which is kind of, you know, and people like, I think one thing that is even worse is you have these HR runs. You see like a mage or so HRing DST, and you 100% know that they are going to sell that for real money off the table, like behind, you know, closed doors, basically. Yeah, but it already does, you know, like you can't really escape bought gold. You know, like the argument I tend to use is always, let's say you put something on the auction house. you know, like the prices don't make any sense. Like for example, if you like I sell suppers or stuff like that, or haste potions are the best example. They're way too expensive, but people will buy them immediately. That potion or so probably got bought by a gold buyer, and then you already have, you know, basically bought gold in your inventory. So it's not really possible to escape that, I would say. But yeah, I think this kind of argument, you know, like people mention, oh, gold buying, you have like these gigantic pots. Obviously that happens sometimes as well, you know, where people ran these GKP runs, and you had like pots which were multitudes of gold cap, because so many people had just so much gold they bought. But many times you had this just more, you know, like most of the GKPs were more normal, where you didn't have these gigantic pots, but we had just some normal amount of gold. I think now if they would add GDKP, it would be way different, because people have way more gold, because people bought more gold. But yeah. Kind of, yeah. I mean, the thing is, you were always, you know, if you joined a GDKP run as someone who didn't really need any of the gear, you were always kind of happy if something good dropped, especially if you had someone who was kind of like an oiler, because they would just buy the item, obviously, and then you would get like a pretty nice cut at the end, which was pretty nice. But yeah, that is kind of the thing that would happen. That doesn't exist in a normal run, basically. But yeah, the pots were mostly not really that big. Like it's, you will always hear about the stories where people say, "Oh, first Sunwell GDKP," which was also kind of funny. Like the legendary bow dropped, and one warrior paid like 100, I think 89,000 gold or so for it, which is like crazy. But that was not normal, obviously. You know, in normal GDKPs you didn't see that. Like, people had obviously way more reasonable prices. Sunwell could get pretty crazy, because really only the good GDKP groups could actually clear it efficiently. So yeah, that's also where you would see a lot of the high prices. But yeah, again, yeah, but yeah, most GDKP runs were not like that. I remember I did like a lot of GDKPs in 2021. I never obviously bought gold, but what I did is I joined these like random runs. You know, the best runs were like, for example, Mount Hygil. You join one run, like the guild leader is someone from Iran or something, can't really speak English well, and it's also pretty late, but it was always kind of fun, you know. Then you have that guy, for example, trying to convince people to buy an item, buy like an upgrade. It was always pretty funny, I would say. But you don't have that experience anymore. I don't know. I think the ban on GDKPs was just really stupid overall. I think Blizzard, however, has actually more of an kind of reasonable take. I think they didn't really take that reason completely, you know, where they just said, okay, it is only because people bought gold. I think something they also mentioned is it kind of replaces SR systems, especially also in guilds, which happens. I mean, that's kind of true, actually. You know? So it's actually, the reason is actually like GDKPs are just kind of too powerful of a system, you could say. But yeah, I think we have it way worse, you know? Like GDKP at least was, you saw the gold, you know? You saw where the gold went, stuff like that. Now, you join a run, DST's HR'd, you have like a mage HRing it or something, and you kind of know where it will go to, because someone probably pre-bought DST for like, I don't know, 100 euros or so. And that's something what people also did in Classic Anniversary. So, you know, you had like these pucks that would organize the raids, and they basically said, oh, if you need a certain item, just whisper me, you know, yeah. That's what's happening, and I think that is way more sketch and way more terrible than having just GDKPs, you know? Because on GDKPs, you know, like, okay, this guy spends this amount of gold, and everyone gets like a share. Like, in a run like that, with one guy will HR something and will sell it off the table, basically, they only will get the gold, no one else. So for people who sold items for real gold or made real money with GDKPs and such, they have it way better now, you know? It's way better for them, actually. They make a lot more gold, a lot more real money, because they can just sell items outright. And there's no competition. For example, let's say you would have GDKPs, and obviously in a GDKP you have DST free. Why would I join like a run which has DST art and probably sells it to someone for like real money if I could just join a GDKP and try my luck and maybe bid on the item and get it that way? And at the end, if I don't get it, I will still get gold. So that's kind of the thing. So the problem is GDKP just overshadows all of the other runs, which is a problem. Like if you would have GDKPs, I think many of the pucks and such would just not do these MSOs off-spec runs anymore. But yeah, I don't like SRs. I don't know, I think there are so many. Also, yeah, thanks for the follow. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Top. Yeah, tops. I think that's, you know, people probably also can't talk so much about like SRs being terrible. You know, you join an SR run for 3 weeks, 4 weeks in a row, your item doesn't drop, or you get like nothing for 4 weeks because you are just unlucky with rolls. It's also pretty terrible. Man, I can't find these like mobs. Oh wait, I have to accept this. Yeah.
This bloody mandible comes from an unbelievably large creature. The nether ray that it belonged to has to be the largest ever seen in Zango. Judging from the condition of the mandible, the Count must have abandoned a diet of carrion in favor of living flesh.
Like 100, 200 gold sometimes. Sometimes, yeah, it was around that, I would say. It kind of depended, and sometimes it was just way more, you know, sometimes you got lucky, sometimes you didn't. It depended which items dropped, basically. Yeah, exactly. 100, 200 gold, I think, was the norm. So it was not crazy, you know, like, people talk about, oh, people did 1 GDKP and they get like 4k gold or so. I mean, that was only if in the really high tier of GDKPs, where you just had only buyers which had like gold cap, which was not accessible to the most of people. I never went into one of these runs. It was, yeah. Yeah. That's basically what you could do. That's what a lot of people did, you know. They like people talk about that everyone in, for example, if you listen to Reddit, you know, people talk about this, that everyone that joined GDKPs was a gold buyer. But I think it was kind of the opposite, to be honest. Like you only had like a really small amount, and in most GDKPs, you always had the problem that you didn't have these buyers, you know. So lots of people just scammed these kind of runs. They would say, oh, I have this amount of gold, and then they didn't. And most of the people were kind of like, they were just there to get like a share at the end of the raid. So it kind of worked like that, actually. But yeah, I think in this current environment, I think GDKPs would be a lot more volatile. Because again, way more people buy gold nowadays. So you will see this like these big kind of pots and such. It's like so inflated, I think. Like, I don't know, DST starting bid would probably start at like around 3k or so, I guess. If not even more. Fence Striders? I don't need these. Why is this marked? Yeah, I think so as well, probably. You're right. I don't know. I think for Classic Plus we should have... I think if they don't want to give us GDKPs, they should at least do it for older raids, you know? Like, maybe you can't do it for the new raids, but do it at least for the older raids, you know? Because then people, like, more people will actually do the raids, which is nice. Like, one thing I don't get is that is the same thing with like banning boosting. Is if you ban that kind of stuff, same thing with GDKPs. I don't know. I think Blizzard is thinking, okay, people will do like normal leveling instead. No, they will just not level at all, you know, or they will just not do any raids at all. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, then let me kill them, I guess. Did I not get that? I don't have. Oh, okay. Let's try to find them again. Yeah, I think that's some of the biggest problems we have. Classic is really good with that, you know, because you have a lot of relevant items in these older raids, which are relevant for the whole expansion. Because like the items are, you know, they don't get like a huge power boost until next Rammers, for example. In TBC it's a bit different, I would say, definitely. Like you have bigger boosts, I would say, but it's not that insane, to be honest. You know, you still have DST, stuff like that. People will still do Mechpharodon probably in phase 3, I'm guessing. But not as much. Karazhan, it kind of depends. There's like a system in the game, luckily. If that wouldn't exist, we would have problems. But there's like a system in the game where you do raids. If you kill raid bosses, you will get badges of justice. That is not available right now, but I think this will come in the next phase. I'm pretty sure. Where you're going to get badges and you can, you know, exchange that. So that's something that's great. Yeah. That's also really necessary, I think. Without that, I think no one would really do like Karazhan or the older raids in phase 3, probably. Because you can also make gold that way. You know, you can... I'm pretty sure you can do the raids, you know, you get your badges of justice, and then you can spend your badges of justice on like primal nevers or stuff like that, and you can, I think, sell them then as well. I think they're going to be BOE. But I kind of forgot if it was this phase or the next one. Oh, they drain mana. Oh, I think I got the quest item, maybe. No, didn't. Ah. But yeah, I'm almost level up actually. Just noise. And I still have like 140% XP rested left. That's also a really nice thing that you can do. You just log out, you know, city in or whatever with your alt. And yeah. Like getting that rested XP bonus is pretty big. Statues. Ah, there's one here. But yeah, the thing I really miss about GKPs is just you were, you know, hyped about every single boss. Because there could be something which would be useful on some class, you know, and someone could buy it for a really high amount of gold. Oh, this is actually not bad. This is better than mine. 13 agility. Nah, it's not. Wait, what does this give? It gives lesser planar and small prismatic shot. Ah, not great. But yeah, I think the discussion kind of shifted though about GDKPs. I remember they banned it originally in phase 1 in SOD. Because people did like level 25 GDKPs, which was funny to be honest. But that's originally when they banned it. And then they also kept that ban in Classic Anniversary. But yeah, now we still have it. So that's kind of where it came from. On Classic Era, I think you can you can actually still do GDKPs. And you can also do them in Mist of Pandaria, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no one really plays, I think, Mist right now. I don't know, I think they really abandoned Mist. So what I've seen, especially like during Cataclysm, I think there were so many bugs and they didn't really care about it. Which is just insane to think about. What's the level 70 warrior doing? I think he's doing the quest, I guess. I'm really sure. Why is he killing these? Maybe there's a recipe that you can get from these? Not sure. Ah, he's getting the stuff. No, he's not. Huh? Oh, I thought it was something. It's also German. Man, there are so many Germans in on Horde. It's crazy. I think all Germans kind of play like Horde. uh, Another drop from underwater mobs. Oh, it's so terrible. These are the worst quests. Like if you go underwater and then you also have to get a drop. The one in at the start is like really bad. That's the wrong mobs. Oh, Fellbeat. Nice. Need to get some skill ups. Still red. I think it's probably 325 when I can help that. Oh, nice. Oh, maybe it's guaranteed to drop. Was it? Ah, 100%. Oh, nice. Ah, this is way better than the other quest. And the other quest was terrible. I can't drink here. I didn't thought about that, to be honest. Oh, what? TST, man. Night Elf Warriors, well, with Decapitator. Man, what is this gear, bro? Get off the pit stock, huh? Ah, I'm so jealous. There's so many people running around with these things. These crits hit so hard. 1k all over the place. Nice. 21% crit is pretty good, I would say as well. Actually, if I think about it. I killed this. Did I? Like, I crit basically all the time. I mean, it will go down by level now. But still. I wish there was something where, I don't know, maybe if you crit, you regenerate some mana or something like that would be nice. This guy's kind of terrible, to be honest. Oh, why can't I drink here? So annoying. Mana potions would be so big. Should have maybe bought some, I guess, like cheap ones. It's for nothing. Is this max rank? No, right? Rank 4. Yeah, that's probably why. Oh, so many deaths here. What the fuck? Yeah, thank you, man. Actually, no, they're not. Only one left. Comes this quest. I think I can turn in some stuff after this one. Or maybe I have to... I think I have to, like, explore this tunnel. Oh, I need to move. I need to pull the other gun. Oh, parry, that's not great. Oh, nice half stone. Never mind.
Maktu doesn't. Last time Maktu was out hunting hydras for hides at Serpent Lake, he was attacked by the biggest hydra he has ever seen. Maktu reached for his spear.
Ooh, new weapons.
Too late. He had just enough time.
Ah, nothing I can use.
Coming hydra food.
Unlucky.
Maybe next time Maktu not be so lucky. Maktu wants to be there, so there won't be a next time. Will you help Maktu get his revenge on Mr. Rajesh? That is excellent news. The way is still far from perfectly safe, but the messengers are clever and resourceful. Maktu doesn't recognize you, but he is pleased to meet you. If ever you need to buy...
I think the helmet I have currently is better. And this is something I can maybe sell on the auction house, I guess. First mount. Ah, you mean while you are leveling, getting your level 40 mount? If you're thinking about that, I would really try to maybe check out how much low level materials are. For example, copper can go for a bit right now, I'm pretty sure. But that could be something you can make some gold with actually. You know, mining a bit, like this lower level stuff, which no one needs. Yeah, no one needs, but no one's farms, for example. I don't remember, is there anything specific at a low level? I mean, also, you know, make sure, like, this is more generic stuff, but make sure you don't learn every single spell, because some spells are useless. Oh, strength increased by 10%, this is great. Copper and level, I guess, in mob farming. Yeah, that's for example something you can definitely do to get some gold. I'm not exactly sure, but for example, I think copper went a bit up in price. So this could be something which can be pretty decent. Especially because you don't need a lot of gold for your first mount. So it shouldn't really take too long, definitely. Also, you know, you can, don't forget, you know, if you do quests, if you get like something which you don't really need, you know, bender it, stuff like that. Or you can also disenchant, but I don't think it's worth. Also, some lower level stuff is pretty good to vendor, to put on the auction house as well. You know, if you get something off the Tiger, for example. I think it's around 100. I kind of forgot because I changed the price a bit in TBC, I'm pretty sure. Because you can get your mount at level 30. Unless I'm wrong, or it was like another expansion, but I'm pretty sure in TBC you can get it level 30. Yeah, exactly. If you are Paladin, you get it for free, you know? Like you have mounts. You don't need to pay. What do you mean? Yeah, this is red. But yeah, this gear is like really bad, however. On red. Oh, I really like this buff though. I wish I had the other buffs. Actually, I can get this one, no? Ah, no, I have to jump down and stuff like that. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, I can give you the spec in a second. I run something which is not really optimized. But the reason why I run it is because I don't really want to seal twist while I'm leveling. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I run this spec where I basically go in, you know, have like improved judgment. While you are leveling, this might actually not be such a good spell. It kind of depends if you are seal twisting or not. Because this obviously costs a lot of mana, which is not great. One thing I would highly recommend to grab is obviously deflection. This kind of depends on which level you want to grab it. But having extra parry chance is really underrated while you are leveling. I have improved Seal of the Crusader, but if you don't want to use Seal of the Crusader, don't talent this. Seal of Command, this is a must. This is also a must-have talent, I think. This is just really useful overall. 15% movement speed is so broken. Yeah, definitely, I would also highly recommend getting this one. Yeah, Conviction, getting extra crit. Yeah, two-handed weapon specialization. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, Vengeance gives you damage bonus. If you have improved judgment, you can also get this one, Sanctified Judgment. Then you will get some mana back. But yeah, this is not really a big talent that you should probably get. I have a couple. Like I have Prot Nothing, and then Holy I have Divine Strength. You can also pick Divine Intellect, for example, for some more mana, which is kind of useful, or Spiritual Focus. Like some Holy talents are pretty good by leveling. Also, Seal of Righteousness is not terrible either. But most of the talents you kind of want to have in red. Protection doesn't really have great talents here early. I would not really pick Precision. I think it's like just not really worth. Because you would have to, put 5 points to here and then you can get into this one. And I don't think it's worth grabbing that while leveling. I think there are more important talents which are better. Yeah, you can. So I think on a red you kind of have the choice if you want to go for more, let's say, utility, or you want to go for more raw damage. You just want to increase all of your damage. So, for example, the more raw damage talent tree would go for Amplified, a Crusade, definitely. This is like really good talent. Improved Sanctity Aura. Probably not, like, obviously not Sanctified Judgment. And what else could we skip here? Yeah, stuff like that, basically. But yeah, the good thing about this tree is that it has a lot of crit chance, which is nice. You could also skip out on deflection, obviously, as well. But I think this is pretty useful to have. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, one of the main problems basically as red is mana costs are just really, really high. That's kind of the problem. Oh, I have the right aura on. Yo, thanks for the follow. Bockflare Needle. What is that? I think that's the boss, right? Oh. Oh no, wait, it was the wasps. This one is, I think, the crab. Oh, I hope he's not dead. Oh, flame cap. Oh, I can't herb it. No, this is 7 gold or so. I can't herb this. Oh, unlucky. I could have, yeah. And I think I have to swap layer anyway, because the crab boss is not here. Anyone wants it, layer 6? Zangarmarsh? But Alliance layer 6, so I have to swap layer now. Layer 4, okay. Ah, nice, he's here. You can, there's like a layer channel actually that you can just join, which is just called layer, and you can just use that one. You just type layer in that one, and then you get like an invite. Because many people use an add-on that will just automatically invite people and also ask people automatically. And that's something you can just use. And I can dispel this. Great. Wait, can I do this? Oh, nice. Who doesn't love bubble? But that's how it works, basically. So you just type in /join layer, and what I would recommend is, you make just a separate window, unless you want to see this every single time here. I don't know what this OL is. No, I have no clue. But yeah, then you basically just type in that channel. That's how I use it. Yeah, it's really nice. Oh, nice! I got the buff as well. Drop rate is not the best, but yeah, that's what it is. I think if in one one point to sanctified judgment, probably going to give me a lot more mana. I hope I get this one. Ah, fuck. Am I missing a buff? No. Wait do I hit for way less? Oh, nice. Okay, one more. There's some stuff to have. I'll just glow cap. Nice, finally. Okay. That's kinda it's all for today. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today though. Was fun as always, but I have to do some stuff. Also kinda tired. So yeah, we'll see you maybe tomorrow, can't guarantee. But maybe on a similar time, maybe a bit later. Um but yeah, I was in that. Thanks for joining guys, thanks for talking or whatever you want to call it. And see you till next time. Goodbye guys, goodbye.